ebia still no your friend saying if I can say warranty ni saa nneɛma no ebi wɔ hɔ a betumi ayi eti no make sure say obi da yɛkyi ɛnyɛ no nko a enim sɛ apa wohwɛ mu a nneɛma bebree a yɛtaa tɔ paa ne bo ɔden ɛyɛ house nti yɛ payment free ɛho kɔ no baabi a deɛ na emu edu paa no most of the time no ɛyɛ house nti wo pay ɛɛba wɔ hɔ na bebree kɔ a na house gye bebree na wonni bibi da wɔakyi a apart from sɛ bi a house no kora bibi si bi na wɔ sɛ ɔkɔyɛ a wotumi sɛ yana ɛden ɛno yɛ number 2. Number 3 so what sizable down payment sizable down payment no you say 3% betumi aget you into your brother free betumi aka kyerɛw brame de wɛsa bɛm bio hanging mame say you say 3% betumi ama dan right you say your friend say 3% betumi ama dan but at least wo kakra ɛyɛ ɛboa last time I mean obi ka say the down payment say na metua me de to hɔ ɛyɛ I'm say maybe a down payment come say 100%. Bobo 100 ekofa no he to dan 300,000 400,000 be dey tua ni na ya na edin nti no udi kakra to ho no ma na den na betimi ayi no so betimi ma monthly mortgage aba form so betimi avoid the PMI no ade ba ko ya o PMI ho tua kra ye it doesn't help you and it doesn't do anything to you. It helps the lender. Hey, bibi anka ebu akra dey different. It helps the lender. Nti na fa ni ayi bi ama wo enka bibi amfa wo ho. Say na wotua say scan abra betimi avoid it. Nti nipa bebre ho no ma 20% no so betimi anka ye. Eno so nche say wo betena ho saa 4 6 7 years say me dey save 20% na me dey akwakoye. Eno so any good idea. Nti na de bia make an say me koto dan bia dan 500,000. Now say at this point me ho be so 300. That's a 300 me tua 20%. Me tua me 20%. Na mato me 300. You can there's no law just say won't me move up our house. No. Say nyame ha dom na niam atoto yi a betimi say move up our house no. Betimi akwa koto me 500 at that time. Maybe as that na e ko be 600. Betimi build equity kakra wa ha. Na me jai because me focus na ne say saa bia saa we na pese me duru. It always betimi move up. So now cross me train cross hard say maybe a minimum 20% ma avoid PM and me kuta house hard yet. Into your sizable one a bit more because the when say you share contract ni na so 3% contract no most time na clauses no any upfront fees na too much. Very too much. We share our clause by a bit me get you into a house. But we share other difference contracts now, mortgage contracts and be on my free 5% take on ya and at least to me you 5-10 year edition my year. It's number one. Say fancy are you ready year one because we are not going to base on just the interest rate and the just prices going up and the data. We have to use wisdom though by in there was making sure say turn us why you're ready. We'll check all these boxes now. The last one we'll make sure say a mortgage payment a month no any more than 25% of your take-home pay. And say maybe 10,000 a bit year. Or say making sure say my mortgage interest your friend saying homeowners nesan say we do be it me define a different bit because suggest the mortgage homeowners near the home media to me them if you say sani money na 25% and 10,000 or say sani money to take about 2,500. Say take it 2,500. And show say if the mortgage for the month, me 25% of my take home pay APSS can set down cost rule, say interest rate cost rule, that's a bit me to when you say yes, I'm paying more interest rate, I'm paying more for the house. Still not affecting me. I'm to me near be still affecting me because intimate me be also me financially because near dying and kwana your finance mu be up so this got to money more money for college go up so ye be fufuro bi other financial issues e wo hono me no kwa we say this got to home e dache it yes scan na kudi dan mu sa na any friends na esa na no house poor no it focus no should be say you're ready rather than say you share the interest rate no the price of the house na cost room I will see who say me kind we use wisdom at the same time no you're ready than that. I mean, you said that so RDBB also Broicha champions also RDBB or her. Yeah, we so I make commitment to us.
Yeah, so On the interest rate now, you said nah. I think sir,
Uh-huh.
I always use this analogy. Said
Uh-huh.
you get married to your home and you date your interest rate.
Uh-huh.
In that, Osha
What's it?
historically, anybody can Google it. When they started originating interest rate in the 70s,
Uh-huh.
it started 18%.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
In the 80s, no cry, I think it was all the way 14%.
Right. So
16. People were buying houses too.
when they started originally was 18%.
That's right.
One was you say, oh yeah, you said 18%, but
Mm-hmm.
people home prices were low. Yes, it's true.
Yeah,
But at that point also no, you realize that income has quadrupled since then, right?
that is right. That
It's
is right.
in today's market when somebody is paying $100,000,
Mm-hmm.
in those days probably somebody was making $20,000,
Yeah.
right? So everything has gone up steadily.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that, especially most of us who were paying attention to the news from COVID years, to come from two and quarter
Mm-hmm.
and now times three, and sometimes depending on your credit times four,
Right. Uh-huh.
I know it's heart wrenching.
Yep.
But
Yep.
the hope is, like you said early, you buy something that you can manage it. Rate is not going to stay
Mm-hmm.
this forever.
That's right.
There even just the job report we had this time last week,
Uh-huh.
interest rate has improved drastically.
Yep.
Two
Yep.
weeks ago, you'll be looking at 8%, but as we speak, I'm locking people in 7.5 and even under
And that.
because
Okay.
the market has just improved drastically just last week.
Mm-hmm.
So all that I'm trying to say is that you prepare yourself, just like you are saying, get a home you love.
Yep.
Ah, Uber and so I like the place. But 2 years from now, 3 years from now, rate will be looking close to 5% or lower five. At that
Uh-huh.
point, you'll be able to refinance it. You can shave off 200, 300, 400, 500, even $1,000, depending on the size of your home. So it is very important. And one of the things I just want to chip in quickly is on the down payment aspect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any that thing that you're buying, like a first time buyer, you got down 3% on conventional. Your interest rate with somebody who is putting 20%, if you have the same credit scores, it doesn't matter. It is a rate driven based on your credit scores. What matter with a down payment, versus okay, will be the 10% versus all the three. Yes, the mortgage insurance, you see the difference because the more you are able to bring to the table, the less your mortgage insurance premium is calculated, especially on conventional loans. Three things drive your mortgage insurance on conventional if you don't have 20, which is one, your credit score, two, your DTI, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the loan value, whether it's higher balance or how do you call it, a jumbo loan or another
Jumbo loan.
normal conventional loan. So in terms of the credit scores in there, if you bring 3%, or we bring it 10%, so far as you have the same credit score, they give you the interest rate the same, but the mortgage insurance premium,
Premium.
the higher your down payment and the higher your credit score, the lower it is. But when you bring it to FHA loan, FHA is flat. Whether you have whatever,
You pay
it's always
PMI.
point 55 MI. However, if you also are able to bring a little bit of down payment, then it begin to make a difference with FHA loan. Then it goes down, especially when you can bring 10%. If somebody bring 10% to FHA instead of mortgage insurance being 0.55, it drop you to 0.44. So that is one of the areas that usually affect lower down payment. But on 100% is no. Um, the whole time I've been practicing, if you come to me and especially our first time, but oh Alex, our first Obi so two of you one five and twice you free. Me say no. There's no free thing in America.
Hold on. One can you say 100%? You mean no money down?
No money down.
Uh-huh. Because okay,
Anybody
100%
that,
say why they got to 100%? It's like I'll be super
right.
money quick.
So Anybody that comes to me particular, I would advise I say no, 100% is not a good investment because if we be the 3% back next year money 7.5 by 100%, automatically the lender need to charge you a half or quarter of a point. Why? Or no more 400,000. Your scheme is not in the game,
Yeah.
and they have to punish you so that if something happen, they know say okay we've recouped some of our money, and so there's hope. Save 3%, and most especially if you are first time buyers. There are programs, tons of programs as we speak. Every day I'm discovering new programs. Ah, you can only bring 1%, or even if you have down payment, you can bring your money, and depending on your income, you can see also get this free money that you can add up to it. Even some of them up to a tune of 17,500 that you don't have to pay. It's not rate sensitive, all depending on your income and then your whether you are first time. And a first time by definition quickly is defined in America. Say, Obia, you've not owned a home in the past 3 years. So if you had a home, you've sold it, and 3 years has come, you are saying consider a first timer, and you'll be able to take advantage of this program. I yield. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, folks, me catch them say you drew house in your Alex and say your brother Kuni Anthony about omo Grofobia Umbitia boy. Raw area baby I remember the information am I na I'm for make a team touch, I'm for a test me say. Yeah. Anyway, so said the air canon. Usually no being ready no ɛyɛ da kyɛn sɛ yɛbɛtwɛn na akyire no ase based on ɛyi nko a na yɛyɛ deɛ yɛn nsa ase yɛtetɛ ade no ɛyɛ sɛ asɛ deɛ wɔ time market no ɛnyɛ good house sɛ ɛbɛkɔ fam paa deɛ the interest rate in the sɛ bi ɛbɛtumi akɔ fam aba soro na akɔ fam aba soro depending on the economy, depending on the Fed no ɛno no ntumi yɛni control wɔ so ɔmo na ɛyɛ depending on the economy example ɛna kind and say within the Ukraine job reports for the past constant past 3 months no if any my question predictions ever say there ever conform but say bibi see the last 2 quarters here a bit me as change no yeah it inya abotre yentu yebo na steady na at the same times no you prepare na yeah me baby na here me kese pa yeah putting something on the skin on the game no you know say sɛdeɛ ɔkaeɛ no ɔno koraa ɔpɛ ɛno na ɔde didi o nso ɔsɛ ɔba no aka kyerɛ sɛ memfa biribi anto aseɛ koraa no a ɔntwi mfa so ma wo nkɔ ɔbɛka sɛ still fa biribi to hɔ no korakora saa deɛ nyɛ because ɔpɛ sɛ at least no ɔtɔ dan no na ɛbɛboa wo na wo so watumi at least wɔ equity kra kakra wɔ mu to start off no koraa wɔ equity kakra wɔ mu a ɛyɛ ada nyɛ bad nyɛ sɛ nyɛ bi a ɛno na gidigidi yɛde hwehwɛ deɛ but at least nti sɛ nneɛma atotɔ yie ɔmo wɔ mu ɔmo nim nneɛma a ɔbɛyɛ a ɛbɛtumi aboa ama ɛnkɔ yɛ gidigidi bebree anaasɛ ɛma ebia na wontɔ de bia no emu bebree ha yɛtɔ dan wohwɛ sɛ ne yɛtɔ dan no a yɛntɔ no the right way nti biwie no na obi kan yɛ sɛ ɛyɛ house poor adeɛ ɛyɛ paa yɛ house poor wotumi tua wo mortgage ɛyɛ biribi awie na wowie adeɛ aka wontumi wonya bi koraa nyɛ hwee ɛnyɛ good practice you can always buy what your strength is at that time na wɔtumi akɔ soro wobɛtumi akɔ soro there's no law bi a ɛkyerɛ sɛ wontumi ɛtɔ dan a wontumi nkɔ soro wobɛtumi akɔ soro time a wapɛ biara bi wɔ koraa depending on your what kind of mortgage awɔ bi wɔ koraa no a clauses nim sɛ bebree hɔ no ayɛ na ɛbɛyɛ 3 years ne ade wotɔn fie no a ɛwɔ sɛ wonya saa ansa na clauses ne ade no obi wɔ a nte saa wotumi hwɛ wo contract a
who put their 5,000, their 3,000, their 10,000, their 20 is gone. Also, crypto is gone. Even if it were to be like somebody is trading, I'm not promoting no company. Somebody is trading Amazon, is trading, Microsoft. There's no way one day Microsoft is going to deplete on Wall Street and say, oh, she zero. No. Ebeko for my ebebasro. But what am I saying with home? With this home, even no matter how dire the economy is, and somebody live in that home, yes, values can go down. But if you're able to maintain that tenant in it, definitely that value will come down, will one day rise. And so, as going back to the values we started earlier, I just want to say clear that as an agent, people ask me this question: Alex, is home price going to go up forever? And I tell them, my brother, it's absolute no. And so, if you want me to tell you, say, Ufia Wotoni is going to remain $500 next year, or 2 years, 3 years from now, my brother, then you can't buy the home. Nobody can guarantee the value of the home. But one thing I know, ni say, if your prices can go down, it can come up. And so to you net 500. Next year you wake up next year and you realize say your home is 470. And find some good name, continue to live in your home, pay your mortgage. Before I realize a year, 2 years, 3 years from now, no, 5 years, if you near say a wetty 470, no, but when you say a wetty 530, that means 30,000 abetoso. And so I
Maybe
wouldn't say that
50,000.
because of, yes, I wouldn't say because of say a tenant. There's always risk to every investment. And so if you have the edge that you want to buy a home and rent it out or something, no, there's always risk to every investment. 401k, yeah, yɛdwuma mu fotua anaasɛ rough area ne ade ade a yɛne ayɛtɔ yi.
Mhm.
It's all tied to stock market.
Yes.
Other than the only thing that is fixed is this insurance, those ones that through insurance, yeah, the way the index is pegged, and say they peg it, say, okay, you are always going to make 5%. If the market is rallying, you make profit. But we are guaranteeing, say, so far as your capital is guaranteeing, whether the market goes, no matter how low it goes, your 5% is still there. Other than that, there's always going to be volatile, just like you are saying. And so, you see, so we share in so the bear,
With me and
what time whether would
with
me
me.
and your food, because I
David,
don't see
when you
better
say,
known.
the okay in to say the okay, then prices now, okay, say, a dime prices and call form that one spend a call form. Usually, who's at the end, okay, say, on average, a dime price is called debia because waiting on my average or per year, even though sometimes they call from kakrebi and call from that. Number two, you call to say a insurance, nothing now kind of class say, and we say, almost say, almost they are tied to a for principal no for 5%. But on average, stock markets a cost rubber from on average, am I 10%? Last year, it was bear market, it was down 20%. Right now, it was 10% now, right? Before then, it was 18%, which is 2022. Sorry, 2021. 2020, it was 28%. It say if to sign insurance now, almost is you. Almost 10% every year, no more 5%. Wow, meanwhile, wow, bet me I the same thing. What is the matter? No, I know say a BBB community near to your home a wrong mistakes. Our insurance now yet to your home be brave. No, the auto amount unyeska bibre, unyesika bibre, ska umunyano. And as I uplifted, moyen. No, obey that out to say you move bro on my say you can borrow from that money. Yes, you can. Why would you want to borrow your own money? I don't know why would you say when or Joe 5% no aqua. They will tell you that people invest to scan who invest to insurance. They rather own it. Who invest to scan yes insurance now or yeah for something. That's what they purchase in the house because there are so many ways of it they are paying for it. But so more yeah for so we invest to no or 10% over the stock exchange. To say crypto can't crypto. You see, usually if you don't understand something, investing, you don't do it. House here, okay, as say house, no, to say, wait, I understand that people do it, but also, can be say, you should study, just say, Nipa will be invest in those things, no. For the 10 years time, they won't be, you can be in the 10 years in the stock exchange. If you're doing indexing, you're still going to be there, you'll be fine because year be where from the back 10% on average. Sister Rita, Safri be na me fan to no so kasa. Yeah, I understand the part now, but maybe I was basing on um I was basing on say if I want to do something, especially financially. If I want to do something, and financial in life, if you want to do something, you go to the people that have done it and they are winning, then you do with them. These days, we call all over internet, all over baby, the bit show he would taught Diana. They said, taught Diana, they are renting. Charlie, the issues was at that point, and what that now be sorry, akoye win is animal, for and fan can. Yes, equity bebem. But if you nipa 10 be a best start sa business na ɔtɔ dan no ɛyi equity no de atɔ foforɔ no ɛyi no de atɔ no de foforɔ no wode upa bro wode so ayɛ adwuma yɛ upa go back na start say nipa 10 anim ho a hwɛ sɛ 10 years time up to now no mo da so game no a me ma hyɛ da tena se ahwɛ saa de no they won't be in the game, they won't, because it has to be perfect for the say economy near perfect and something you say economy near perfect all the time because of now about form. And I'm making examples so be craba say ultimate dan me wɔ me dan me tim to say situation yɛ nyaayɛ no me tim matɔ foforɔ me de rent na me sika so me pepe bibia okay me ni sika bi da baabi a me yɛ na sɛ economy ni kɔ fam na nipa ni tu na so ntimi ntua mortgage for no mu dwom sika, it has to come from me. People lose their houses on those issues all the time. The best way to say they make an, I understand so can say one option. The one option I make can say, and that's what is winning, because it's a building worth, you build worth in silence, right? We're building a gradual and a process, and yet in a rush. The old kind, I know so my option I'm a kind so woody, but most people do the other two now way, and you by debt. When the more you owe, the risk you are, right? And with the debt, which is leveraging. If you say you're sophisticated, if you say you beat the system, no, you can never beat the system. At the end, they will catch you. But me at a few people, and I've studied the people that have gone through that process. At the end, they lose. At the end, we lose sanity because the economy has to be perfect. And sana sanya money no ayejuma. Yes, it has to be perfect. No way in a situation whereby I form. Nowhere in a situation whereby bibi ekoso kama and sana sa process na go through, because the moment over down 3, 4, 5 among 40 mutua, yes, umutua ma bibi si na sa nkrofo ni na who is paying their houses? You are losing those houses. And if you're losing those houses, it may be to the point, so it may lose one fee. You who be brave, you who be that. Yes, it's good. But Oshe nipa be brave, continue to win. And yes, I no process near here. In our eyes, no any fee see it here. We share the text out there, the system there cost now. Most people, we 100 one pay, and a winning that situation. One pay. We need 100 be a one pay. Yes, or better to a cost, but at the end, no more lose. Will be become a bit me account from. Yes, I say, bet me another question. Sister Rita, bet me a friend. Oh, Kasa, bro. Sister Rita, bet me a calling, bro, Kasa.
No, Pacho, I say continue.
Yo. It's a good, your brother Alex. Some instances are you are bit me the way your friends say, oh no, fail no. To when you who the echo so ankasa, a bit me a boa, I'm away to me away. Your brother Capito so chipping, also saying here, about say what Alex is saying is that if you have the means to buy another house, do it. Patrick, are you suggesting the economy has to be perfect before one can own a house as a investment property? Yes, and I'm not saying say the economy has to be perfect before you own it. What I'm saying is say you, and I'm basing this based on the text on the ground. People that are winning with money. This is what they do. They buy a house, they pay off that house, they buy another one, they pay off that one, they buy another one. This is going to take you a period of, so if Omoma is serious, it takes them a period of about 15, 20 years. That is how wealth is built. Also, in your ground. Yes, we have to feel equity. Now they are another one, now they are one. Capito, I want you to go back. When you be an 10 years ago, when you probably 10, whereas now they are still doing the same thing. So if I want to be a pastor, me call ubi a oye doctor or say doctor, if I say me a pastor, we call pastor on a mission be a pastor aye. Na ma yebi. Yeah, in our mind no, the who be to say, oh, it is a ubi a daka kesium, what if you kesium they are winning with money. In a sense, in actual sense, nankasano. Most people doing that they are not winning. Because of the people that are millionaires now, one, they live in a 25 square feet house. Two, they don't use flashy cars like we think. Those people are called consumers. Omo Americans use big house, flashy cars. They make a lot of money. Omo they make it but they have nothing because they spend it and spend more than what they have. They buy houses to send the air can to another one. No move. That's they are doing something there. But in a sense, no, they are the people that are not winning. But in our eyes, it's some no winning. Omo winning pie or next neighbor now. Who so able call slow steady no or make it 80,000. Maybe a year's movie by on average, I'm talking of people that make 200 near, gradually within 15 years, no, what 20 house we say if what your fear we now you bring in money now because we fear in scanner with the ban at the tour quickly a big mouse come out there to another house so quickly. What I'm trying to say is those people no, they stay away from especially the Kuswa use leverage in this animal. That's how they were able to build wealth. Gradually take their time. Yes, there are people who yet to say the brother, let's say can. But those people, we need per 100 be a 1 penny winning. Why? Because the economy got to be perfect before sad now. Oh yeah, some are
Nana,
5.
Nana, I'm not trying to interject here, right?
No, go ahead. Say
But
go ahead.
I think it's I don't know where the start is coming from, right? In everything, I like the fact that your example you are giving is a very good one. That you go to the expert, right? And so there are part years ago that in our community, because most of us gathering on this line, if I say yeah, can the local dialect means that all of us are Ghanaians, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's because I said among for any good lessons. They did not get advice and answer when they were buying this investment home here and there now. One more good coaching and here and there. And so people are enlightened. And I like today consumers. When people come to me as buyers, when I compare 20 years ago, I would say 20 years, 18 years ago, when I bought my own home. At that time, I wasn't an agent, right? When I realized the service that was given to me and the knowledge that I had, and then being an agent, and the question that people ask me, and how by God's grace I'm empowering my clients when they leave this process now, they even if they came in with nothing, they've been really educated and understand the process. Because especially some of us being in son of immigrant and in our community, when we have close community, I serve the general public. But it's easy so when our friend Nana do something to Nana and it doesn't go well and Nana put a word out there, your image is tarnished, right? So we try to help people do the right thing. And so this buying investment home and other things now is good, but if you don't do it very well, then it become a curse, like you're saying. I know a lot of people, a guy that I bought him a first home for 2018, I built him a brand new home. Now this guy owns what? 4 or 5 homes. And not just in DMV here, it's across United States. And it's working. He's managing it. This is not a rich guy. Yes, he's a high earner, but he knows how to do it. He's buying the home in strategic area. So just like we said, real estate is all about location. When people come to me and they are buying their first home, and especially knowing, say, oh, Alex, I have in mind, say maybe may renting it later. Now, I always want to steer them to a hot zone. I know, say, So cash or rent here, there's always going to be renters. Guess what? When there's economical downturn and people cannot buy homes or any rate cost here, guess what is happening? Renting is raining because when somebody is renting their town home for 2,700, the same town home no, in the community now the value is 500,000, and this Okoto, that's what the 5% was here. Their mortgage is going to be 3,500 or 3,700, and so people who are not well to do to even buy nana, where they look at that guy town home and this is a cheap version for me, so I'm going to rent it. And so it's all about you knowing what you are doing. Yes, I'm not painting a rosy picture. There can be 1 month, 2 months, when you're a tenant, but that's part of investor. So you build a cushion and then put it there. When in between the time will be two, will renovate and I say 2 months, when you're a tenant now, you put them there. I understand everything is not for everybody, but you say it's 100 people buy investment home, only 1% win. I'm here to see the statistics. A lot of people who do it very well end up coming on top. The only thing that I always encourage people is that when you are, this is just a loop, who offer some now renting. Next, a do time I overturn one, right? Uncle Sam is going to ask you, make sure say if you want to 2 years. If you live in it 2 years before Ansana, we'll move it out to your next home. Next do time I overturn one. Well, you can say it was my primary residence because you lived there for 2 good years. And so there are so many laws and loopholes out there that before you sell some of this investment home and that kind of thing, talk to accountant or some of us, we give free consultation. You call me. If I have the knowledge, why not? I will share with you. But I don't think that it's entirely wrong. Say, people are not winning. No, people are winning. It's just like stock market is fluctuating. Obi waka to say, hey, and I'm a koto Amazon, I'm a lose $5,000. Well, you maybe you are thinking say short time you want to make the money. Time I walk access what 5 Obi so they see opportunity they are buying.